Hello everybody, mega goal number 5, third secondary, unit 1, 2 is better than 1, and this is 8 reading, pages 12 and 13. Okay, so in today's lesson, the objectives will be, الأهداف, we should read and answer the questions, discuss the lesson, and the last thing, we will discuss what you can offer a good friend. خلاص. باختصار قراءة وإجابة على الأسئلة ومناقشة للدرس. Okay, so these are the objectives that we should accomplish by the end of the lesson. Now today's lesson will be about animal partners, pages 12 and 13. Okay, so before we start this lesson, you remember the vocabulary that you learned in the last one. تتذكرون الكلمات اللي تعلمتوهم في الدرس السابق. I'm gonna run them one more time so you can revise them with me. يعني راح أعرضهم لكم علشان تراجعونهم. خلاص. So these are the vocab from the previous lesson. And you will find them in the reading passage. وراح تشوفونهم في قطعة القراءة. The first one is compensate. Okay. The next one is deficiency. Deficiency. Now fearsome, which means causing fear. Invaluable, which means priceless or precious. Okay. Predators. Predators. Yes. Okay. So let's start with the reading passage. Okay, I have a question for you before reading. Okay, نشوف السؤال قبل قراءة قطعة القراءة. Do you think animals ever form partnerships to help one another? Explain. Okay. Have you heard about an animal which teams up with another animal to form a kind of partnerships? هل سمعت عن حيوان مثلا يسوي زي الشراكة مع حيوان ثاني عشان يسوون زي الشراكة؟ Have you heard of that? Probably not, ممكن لا, and probably yes, وممكن yes. Okay, so through the reading passage we will learn about animal partners. كيف الحيوانات يسوون شراكة مع بعض فيما يسمى بالتكافل. التكافل بين الحيوانات. Okay? So open your books at page number 12 and 13 and start following up with me. Okay, the title of this reading passage is Animal Partners. Animal Partners. I'm gonna run the recording right now. You will be listening to stories about how animals team up with one another to form a kind of partnerships. راح تسمعون إلى قصص أو examples عفوا الحيوانات يعني يسوون زي الشراكة فيما بينهم فيما يسمى التكافل. خلاص. I'm gonna run the recording right now. Try to follow up as you listen to the recording. حاولوا تتابعون مع الrecording. And then after each one I'm gonna stop it and explain. بعد كل example راح أوقفه وأوضح لكم. So get ready to listen to animal partners. Okay, let me run the recording for you.
Pages 12 and 13. 8. Reading. Animal partners. For animals in the wild, each day is a struggle to survive. They must continually search for food while at the same time keeping themselves safe from predators. Some animals have learned that teaming up with another animal makes the struggle to find food, shelter, and safety a bit easier. This kind of special relationship in which animals depend upon and benefit from one another is called symbiosis. Okay,
so we will stop here. So right now, okay, this is just an introduction about the reading passage. Okay, مقدمة. So, for animals in the wild, each day is a struggle to survive. Okay, they must keep themselves safe from the predators. يعني تخيلوا أن الحيوانات يعيشون صراع كل يوم من أجل البقاء. to keep themselves safe and also to shelter themselves from predators عشان يحمون نفسهم ويشوفون لأنفسهم مأوى من الحيوانات المفترسة. Okay, some animals team up with another animal to make this struggle easier. This relationship is called symbiosis. Okay, so some animals they team up يعني يسوون زي الفريق مع حيوان آخر علشان يخلون هذا الصراع أسهل بالنسبة لهم. This relationship is called symbiosis. Symbiosis اللي هي التكافل. خلاص في هذه العلاقة اللي هي التكافل طبعا they benefit from one another يعني في أكيد استفادة للطرفين. So this is just was the introduction of our reading lesson. Right now you will be listening to an example of symbiosis. An example of 4 examples يعني بيكون عندنا 4 أمثلة على symbiosis and this is the first one. Okay, the relationship between the plover bird and the crocodile.
One of the most visually surprising examples of symbiosis occurs between the fearsome African crocodile and the small plover bird. When a plover is nearby, a crocodile will open its long, sharp-toothed jaws to invite it inside. You might assume that the plover would quickly reject this invitation and fly off. Yet surprisingly, the plover does hop inside. Perhaps even more amazingly, the crocodile, normally known for its aggression, does not snap its mouth shut and have the plover for a snack. Instead, it remains still, not closing its mouth until the plover leaves. How can this strange behavior be explained? The answer is symbiosis. The plover picks out all the small pieces of meat stuck between the crocodile's teeth. In doing so, it cleans the crocodile's teeth, which prevents it from getting infections. Because the crocodile cannot clean its own teeth, it depends on the plover to perform this service. In return, the crocodile provides an easy meal for the plover.
Okay, so right now you had listened to an example of symbiosis, which is between the crocodile and the plover bird. Let me explain to you. So one of the examples of symbiosis occurs between the African crocodile and the small plover. So this is the crocodile and the plover. تخيلوا نوع التكافل بين هذا العصفور وهذا التمساح. Okay, let me explain to you. A crocodile will open its toothed jaws to invite the plover bird. تخيلوا انه هو فاتح فمه وعشان يدعي the plover bird. Why do you think is he doing this? The plover bird does hop inside. Okay, the plover bird hops inside. Why? ليش يقفز في فم أو في التجويفة حق الفك حق الكروكودايل? You may think the crocodile will have the plover for a snack. ممكن تفكرون إنه راح ياكله, but actually this is what is called symbiosis. هذا اللي يسمى التكافل. Let me explain more to you. The plover picks out all the meat stuck between the crocodile's teeth to prevent it from infections. تخيلوا انه البلوفر اللي هذا العصفور شو يسوي؟ يلتقط اللحم من تجويف او من اسنان التمساح علشان يحميه من انه يكون في infections التهابات and so. Okay? In return طبعا قلنا benefit from one another يستفيدون من بعضهم الآخر. The crocodile provides an easy meal for the plover. خلاص يعني بتكون كأنها وجبة هذا التمساح. And I have a picture here. So you can see that this is the African crocodile and the plover teeth is picking the meat from the crocodile's teeth, okay, to prevent it from infection. Okay, so this is an example of symbiosis. Right now you will listen to another example of symbiosis between another two animals. راح نسمع مثال ثاني عن symbiosis بين حيوانين مختلفين. Get ready to listen and then later we will discuss.
In some cases of symbiosis, like the crocodile and the plover, each animal in the pair benefits from their relationship in a different way. However, in other cases, the animals share a common goal. This is true of the honey-guide bird and the ratel, a furry creature with short legs and long claws. Both these animals live on grasslands in Africa and have an appetite for honey. As its name suggests, the honey guide has a special ability for locating beehives. However, this small bird cannot open a beehive to get at the honey. To accomplish this, it teams up with the ratel. Ratels are a perfect match for the honey guide as they love honey, are large enough to crack open a hive, but have no ability to find hives themselves. The honey guide flies over grasslands looking for a hive. When it does spot a hive, it swoops down and makes a noise to alert the ratel. The ratel uses its claws to tear open the hive. After eating its fill, the ratel invites the honey guide to finish the leftovers. Another two animals that team up to compensate for their own weakness.
So right now you had listened to another example of symbiosis where the two animals, they have a common goal عندهم هدف مشترك. Let's see. So this symbiosis form is between other animals, I'm gonna read it, share a common goal such as the relationship between the honey guide bird, okay, and the ratel. So these two animals, okay, they team up with each other, يعني يسمون فريق, because they have a common goal, هدف مشترك. What's this common goal? Okay, شنو هدفهم المشترك? These two animals have an appetite for honey. Both of them like honey. اثنينهم يحبون العسل. The honey guide can locate the beehives, but it cannot get the honey. تخيلتوا ان الهاني جايد بيرد العصفور ما بس يحدد مكان خلية النحل بس it cannot get the honey. Clear? To accomplish this, it teams up with the ratel عشان تحقق ان هي تحصل على الهاني. تكون فريق مع ratels. The ratels are large enough to crack open the hive, but they cannot find hives. يعني في المقابل الريتل اللي هو ممكن يسمونه ابن عرس أو I don't know what is it called in Arabic, they are big enough to crack and open the hive. يعني يقدرون يفتحون اللي هي خلية النحل, but they cannot locate the hives. Okay, when the honey guide spots a hive, it makes a noise to alert the ratel. Okay, يعني لما تحدد موقع العصفور هذا لما الهاني جايد لما يحدد موقع العسل أو الخلية عفوا خلية النحل تصدر صوت عشان تنبه الريتل. Okay, after eating its full, طبعا الحين خلاص الريتل had his own share, the ratel invites the honey guide to finish the leftovers. Okay, so this is a common goal. عندهم هدف مشترك, which is eating honey. Okay, so there is a word that will pop up oftenly, which is called leftovers. Okay, and this is a very important word, otherwise I wouldn't explain it to you. Leftovers means بقايا الطعام. Okay, now we will read about another example of symbiosis. Okay, this time between the zebra and the ostrich. Get ready to listen and follow up with the reading passage as you listen to the recording.
Weaknesses are the zebra and the ostrich. These two animals often travel together. This is no surprise since they are a perfect match. While the giant flightless ostrich has poor senses of both smell and hearing, the zebra has acute senses of smell and hearing. On the other hand, the zebra has terrible eyesight, while the ostrich has excellent eyesight, enhanced by its long neck, which enables the ostrich to see far into the distance. In this way, each makes up for the other's deficiencies. As a result, the animals are far safer together than they would be apart. Ostriches can see predators, such as lions, far in the distance, while zebras can smell or hear others as they approach. Birds and land animals aren't the only ones that work in symbiotic pairs. Some sea animals, like the clownfish and the sea anemone, do as well.
Okay, we will stop here right now. Okay, sorry. That was an introduction to another example. كانت مقدمة، سمعتوا برضو المقدمة للمثال التالي. Okay, no worries. Anyways, so another example of symbiosis where the two animals compensate for each other's deficiency. اثنينهم الحيوانات يعوضون النقص فيما بينهم، فعشان كذا يسوون نوع من أنواع التكافل. Between the zebra and the ostrich, team up to compensate their weaknesses. This is the ostrich and this is the zebra. كيف يعوضون النقص حقهم أو الضعف حقهم؟ These two animals travel together. Okay, يعني عادة تشوفون الزيبرا مع النعامة مع بعض، يعني يرحلون أو يسافرون أو anyways. Okay, the zebra has a acute sense of smell and hearing, but the ostrich doesn't. Okay, the senses اللي هي hearing and the smell اللي هي السمع والشم كويسة عند الحيوان الحمار الوحشي. Okay, بس في النعامة لا. While the ostrich has an excellent eyesight، نظرها كويس ممتاز because of its high neck، يعني عشان عندها عنق طويل. Okay, that enable the ostrich to see from distant, but the zebra has a terrible eyesight. متخيلين؟ يعني في المقابل حيوان الحمار الوحشي نظره جدا سيء. خلاص، يعني كل واحد يعوض النقص اللي في الثاني. كيف؟ وش أهمية هذا الشيء؟ Yes, as a result they are far safe together and can protect themselves from predator. خلاص، يعني لما يسافرون أو يرحلون مع بعض يكونون يحمون بعض. كيف؟ How so? The ostriches can see them while the zebra can smell or hear other as they approach. خلاص، the ostrich can see them، المقصود بها can see the predators، يعني الحيوان النعامة يشوف الحيوانات المفترسة، لكن في المقابل الحمار الوحشي ممكن انه هو يعني لأنه عنده حاسة الشم والسمع قوية ممكن انه برضو locates يشعر ان الحيوانات المفترسة قادمة. Okay, so that was examples of land animals، حيوانات البرية. خلاص، but this is not but also symbiosis may occur between sea animals. برضو الحيوانات البحرية في بينهم نوع من أنواع التكافل. Right now you will listen to another example or the last example، آخر مثال حق symbiosis اللي هو التكافل. Okay, between the clownfish and the anemones. Okay.
Sea anemones, which look like plants, are actually dangerous animals with poisonous tentacles. Most fish stay away from anemones to avoid being stung. However, the clownfish makes its home among sea anemones. It does not get stung because its body is protected by a special coating. Living among the deadly tentacles of an anemone has a clear advantage. Most predators stay away. Another benefit for the clownfish is that it is able to eat the anemone's leftover bits of food. But what is the advantage to the anemone? There are several. First, the brightly colored clownfish attracts predators. When the clownfish swims under the anemone's tentacles to safety, if the predator follows, the anemone has the chance to sting and eat it. Other services the clownfish performs are cleaning up food scraps and dead anemone tentacles and chasing away fish that might eat the anemone. While many symbiotic pairs may first look like odd partners, the benefits they provide one another are invaluable and may make the difference between life and death. In fact, it is often these animals' very differences that make them perfect partners.
So, okay, you had listened to another example and the last example as well as the conclusion of this passage اللي هي خاتمة هذه المقطع. Anyways, let's continue. So, some sea animals like the clownfish and the sea anemone do symbiosis as well. Okay, so this is the sea anemone اللي هي شقائق النعمان, and this is the clownfish. Okay, you may think that the sea anemone, which looks like a plant, are actually dangerous animals with poisonous tentacles. خلاص, you may think that this is a plant, يمكن تفكرون إن هذه بس نبتة, but actually it is a very dangerous animal, حيوان جدا خطير. It has poisonous tentacles, مخالبة سامة. So most fish stay away from the anemones to avoid being stung. تحاول الحيوانات تبتعد عنها. But actually, on the other hand, the clownfish does not get stung because its body is protected by a special coating. جسمها محمي خلاص. The clownfish stays near the anemones because most predators stay away and also allows it to eat the anemones leftover of food. ليه سمكة الكلاونفيش تبقى بالقرب من الأنانوميز؟ أول حاجة لأن الكثير من البريداتورز المفترسين، الحيوانات المفترسة تبتعد عن الأنانوميز خلاص. وبرضو it gives the clownfish may eat the leftover food of the anemones. تأكل بقايا الطعام من الأنامونيز. But what is the advantage for the anemones? إيش المقابل أو إيش المردود أو يعني اللي بينفع على شقائق النعمان؟ In doing so, the clownfish bright colors attract predators. ألوان السمكة هذه جذابة فراح تجذب الحيوانات المفترسة. In this case, it allows the anemones to sting and eat them. كذا راح يجون للقرب من شقائق النعمان وراح تتغذى عليهم. Also, other services performed by the clownfish في خدمات أخرى are cleaning food scraps and dead anemones tentacles and chasing away fish that might eat the anemones. ممكن إن هي إيش تنظف إيش مخالب الحيوان شقائق النعمان وبرضو تلاحق السمك أو اللي ممكن تاكل شقائق النعمان. So right now you understood the symbiotic pairs between the clownfish and the anemones. كيف سووا نوع من أنواع التكافل فيما بينهم واستفادوا من بعضهم الآخر. So right now you had listened to 4 examples of symbiotic pairs between the ostrich and the zebra, between the rattle and the honey guide bird, between the crocodile and the plover bird, and the last one between the clownfish and the anemones. Now the conclusion, اللي هي الخاتمة. Let's wrap this up. Many symbiotic pairs may at first look odd partners, but the benefits they provide to each other are invaluable. ممكن تشوفون هذه الأمثلة من الشراكة بين الحيوانات غريبة، لكن في الحقيقة يستفيدون كثير من بعضهم الآخر بشكل لا يقدر بثمن. It is these animals' differences what make them perfect partners. في الحقيقة اختلافاتهم وهم اللي تخليهم شركاء ممتازين أو شركاء مثاليين. So this is the conclusion of today's lesson, which was about animal partners. Now we have a couple of questions. Okay, you have to read these questions very carefully and answer them in your own words. اقرأوا الأسئلة وحاولوا تجاوبونهم باستخدام كلماتكم الخاصة. So this is, I guess you will be able to do it by yourself. Okay, let's take a look at the speaking part, just speaking. I'm just gonna explain it to you, and then you may answer this question and leave your answer in the comment box below. ممكن انكم تجاوبون على هذا السؤال وتتركون اجابتكم في بوكس التعليقات من تحت. So you have to work in pairs or group. Think about your relationship with a good friend. What can you offer each other? Okay, فكروا في صديق كويس عندكم وفكروا ايش اللي مردود اللي تحصل عليه من صديقك وايش انت ممكن تقدم you offer your friend. Complete the chart with your notes and use them to discuss in class. Okay, كملوا هذا الجدول وبعدين مفروض تناقشونها في الكلاس, or you can, as I said, leave your answers in the comment box below. What can you offer your friend? How does it help your friend? What can your friend offer you? How does it help you? Okay, now we have reached the end of the lesson. That was a reading passage about animal partners. I hope you liked our lesson for today. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends. See you in the next class.